Welcome back with another episode of NBA 2K14, and you see one right now. All-Star Reserve is set. We can see us and check out the All-Star in the reserve bench. We got in the East, we saw Kyrie Irving, OJ Mayo, Michael Kidd Gilchrist, Paul Millsap, Nerlens Noel, Kemba Walker, and Derrick Rose. Wow, surprisingly, Derrick Rose in the bench on the 12. On the other side, we got in the West All-Star in the bench. We got Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Nicholas Batum, Kevin Love, DeMarcus Cousins, Stephen Curry, and Tim Duncan. That was the players in the bench that will be playing for now. So, with the presentation is ready, don't be or don't care about it. So now, we're on the way. We're going to first matchup of the day. We're going to Chesapeake Energy Arena in Oklahoma City. We got the Interconference Superstar Showdown featuring Carmelo Anthony and J.R. Smith of the New York Knicks take on Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook of the Oklahoma City Thunder. That'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin, and for this game, the Knicks gonna use the blue and the Thunder gonna use a white. That'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. We'll be right back after this. Enjoy the view here in Oklahoma City, and now we're going to sending over to Kevin Harden here in Oklahoma. But for you know what I'm really doing some class. We're gonna use the jersey style for now. We're gonna use the jersey. The Knicks gonna use the orange, and Thunder gonna use the blue. For now, we're going to send out to Kevin Harden here in Oklahoma City. We'll start the tip-off here in Chesapeake Energy Arena. Let's get started. Enjoy in OKC now.
Hello and welcome. I'm Damon Bruce. Good to have you along for the NBA here on 2K Sports. A Sunday broadcast of the NBA. It's going to be the New York Knicks up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And now let's toss it over to Kevin Harlan with the rest of the 2K crew. I'll catch you at the break.
Live from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the home of the Thunder, we're broadcasting from the Chesapeake Energy Arena. A quick check now at the starting lineups for both teams. And guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Russell Westbrook?
Yeah, Westbrook is a physical presence, Kevin. And you see it at both ends of the floor. He attacks you offensively, and then defensively, he's constantly playing the passing lanes and looking for steals.
And when he does come up with the steal, you better foul him quick. Once he gets ahead of steam, he's likely to put a defender and the ball through the rim.
So for the Thunder, their last game, a win against the Magic in Orlando. And only a single point of separation there. Great game. Came right down to the wire.
And I thought, guys, they were the beneficiary of some lackluster defense being played against them.
I agree with you. I mean, it was really shocking how many free runs to the hoop they got. In his return to New York, I tell you, Raymond Felton looked to have his best season yet as a pro. He came in and made plays and filled the void left at the point guard spot for the Knicks.
Here's Felton, following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Smith drives in, and that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton.
He's got so much junk in his trunk, he'll find a way to hurt you.
And here are the Thunder now. And for Felton, I guess just something in the water in New York. He's played his best basketball in the big city.
Yeah, he had a good run there several years back before he was traded to Denver as part of that Carmelo Anthony trade. And now that he's back in New York, Felton once again having a terrific impact on that team.
Here's Felton. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Anthony kicks to Smith. 4 on the shot clock. Anthony drives in. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there. And here is Ibaka. Right now averaging 11 points a game. Westbrook dishes to Durant. Back to Westbrook. Shoots the 3. Gets it to go. Westbrook's got 5.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play. You know, with the recent success of Oklahoma City, you forget that in Kevin Durant's first season, they started out going 3-29. And I tell you what, you talk about their success, it's due to the resilience and perseverance and leadership of Kevin Durant and the rest of those guys.
Here is Perkins. J.R. Smith making his last shot. Durant, the pass to separation. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
4 straight makes out of the gate. That's a sweet start.
Well, there is a culture of hard work, as Clark was talking about, and the perseverance for this Oklahoma City Thunder organization. Their star players, Steve, get a lot of credit, but it's the whole organization, don't you think?
No question. It's the culture that was set. Scott Brooks has continued to kind of establish that atmosphere in the locker room. And they have players who just want to work and want to get better. And when you have a large group of people all with that same approach, you're going to be very successful.
Here's Smith. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Smith's got 6.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points that come from close range, so I agree. Oh, man, he goes old school on us with the finger roll.
So New York going with almost an entire new group. Nick Collison's checked in for Perkins. Gomes comes in for Serge Ibaka. Roberson, he's checked in for Kevin Durant. And Jeremy Lamb subbed in for Thabo Sefolosha. Nice shot by Felton.
And that kind of defense is just not going to cut him, guys. I mean, they have to get a hand in his face.
Westbrook kicks to Lamb. Roberson. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
This is great. Three-pointers going down quickly at both ends.
Yeah, it took them no time to answer back on that possession.
Westbrook dishes to Lamb.
Power punch right there.
Right. Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him. Punish that rack.
You know, the guys on the bench are going crazy right now at the sight of that jam.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Kevin, Scott Brooks gave me a couple of minutes to catch up with him. He told me that they'll have their work cut out for them looking to score inside with the elite shot blocker and defender Tyson Chandler patrolling the paint. He said he was the Defensive Player of the Year for a reason. He's got length, mobility, toughness, and the want to. He brings effort and communication defensively, and you can't forget about him at the other end either. An improved shooter, he can definitely finish. Kevin, a ton of respect for what Chandler brings to the table.
Thanks, Doris. Bargnani is checked in for Tyson Chandler. Martin, the pass to Shumpert. Back to Martin. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
And he will take the ball right into the teeth of the defense.
And Fisher kicks to Gomes. Collison. Bargnani on him. Collison's shot is good. Collison's got his first 2 points.
Boy, they've settled into their offense very quickly here today.
Yeah, they're zoned in, making the most out of their possessions here.
And it's Shumpert penetrating. Here's Martin, and it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. A different look for New York. Hardaway comes in for Meta World Peace. And Earl Watson is subbed in for Iman Shumpert. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
Just got a little careless on that pass. They should be able to connect on those.
New York comes into this following a loss to Denver.
Their defense got absolutely destroyed in that game, guys. They weren't closing out on the perimeter shooters. They were allowing people to get into the paint and score from point-blank range. Just an overall abysmal effort.
Yeah, something was missing, no doubt about that. They let an opponent shoot a really high percentage, and that's got to be a concern going forward.
And here's Watson after the three-pointer from Roberson. Releases, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
I don't know how they're going to keep this pace up. Both teams on fire here early.
And playing the game on rollerblades, too.
And Fisher kicks to Gomes. Collison dishes to Gomes. Lamb. Here's Roberson. And a miss there on the triple. The coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Thunder lead by 7. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter.
Coming up this Wednesday night, February 12th, LeBron James and the Miami Heat hit the road to battle it out with the Golden State Warriors. Be there.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen from Oklahoma City?
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for them early on.
And the other thing they're doing is forcing a lot of turnovers, and that's helping them to get easy points at the other end.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for Oklahoma City right now, Ibaka and Collison, the duo inside. On the wings, it's Cephalosha and KD, Kevin Durant, and it's Fisher in at the point guard.
Serge Ibaka, born and raised in the Republic of Congo. We've had African-born players in the league for decades, but it seems that as the league has reached out to develop talent there, the numbers are increasing from that part of the world.
Durant kicks to Cephalosha. Durant. Guarded by Hardaway. Tipped away. It's stolen by Anthony. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Pass to Hardaway. Back to Anthony. Dishes it to Bargnani. And it's blocked by Collison. And they get it back. There's the bucket. Good. Watson's got 5.
Textbook right there. Nice pass, great catch, beautiful finish.
Tyson Chandler. He's checked in for the Knicks. Smith comes in for Hardaway. Here now the league's highest scoring teams the past 10 games. What a stretch it has been for these guys. Number 5, the Knicks.
Well, this is only a trend over a few games out of a very, very long season. But the coach has got to be pleased that his team has been able to score big with some consistency.
And going back to Ibaka and growing talent coming from the top of Africa. Steve, 1 billion people there.
Soccer is still the biggest sport there, but steadily the NBA has made inroads providing courts and equipment and coaching around the continent. So you would expect more and more players to come to the league from Africa.
Bang and Muto and Machine Fabie. We've got some notable players in the league from there.
You know what I love about Durant, Kevin, is the fact that he can be cruising along and then all of a sudden he'll just kick it into high gear. You know, he gets his points quietly at times because it comes so effortlessly. But when the game's on the line, he can get hot and just bury you.
Steve, if you were just going to dream up a score, a machine-like, video game-like score, KD, Kevin Durant, is what you would come up with. Long, lean, can shoot it deep, ball skills, and the attitude and aggressiveness of a late-game closer.
Knicks trailed by 8. To the inside. And Durant sends it back. Right side Westbrook. Outside Durant. He passes it to Ibaka. It's stolen by Smith. And now the Knicks on the break. Rejected by Westbrook. They recover it. Shot's good.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double teaming. We've got to get their defense in gear. Look at the combination of size and touch. That's why he's a great finisher down low.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. This time they met in New York.
But, you know, they don't have anything to be ashamed about from that game. It was a good effort from them all around. They just needed another break or two that just didn't happen.
Yeah, you know, both teams can't win. You know, it comes down to a play or two either way. I thought both deserved to win, but only one could.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Collison comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Roberson in for Kevin Durant.
tell you what, guys, if you had questions about Amari's willingness to play a role on the team, he should have put them all to rest with how he came off the bench for the Knicks. Couldn't have been easy for him, but he handled it well.
Westbrook passes to Perkins. Westbrook dishes to Perkins. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. And the Thunder lead by 6.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And I would continue to do it. You know, force the defense to maybe send a double team. Now you've got other options to work with offensively.
The man is dealing with those knee troubles. And today was really the one who first made the Knicks a destination.
That signing there in free agency in 2010. He had a huge season, averaged 25 points a game, and I think really energized that New York fan base. He was kind of the franchise player before Carmelo arrived.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
Felton gets to Shumpert. Back to Felton. Fires from deep. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
Here's Collison. A stupendous finish in traffic. Knicks trail by 8. Here's world peace. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark. Finding the open man every trip down the floor.
Certainly seems like he's doing that, Steve. I mean, it's been a great passing day for him.
Felton with the ball. Picked up by Collison. And Chandler throws it down.
Really hard to decide, guys, which was better. The pass, the catch, or the slam?
Clark, there's no wrong answer to that one, my friend. Sensational alley-oop all the way around.
Agreed. All of the above.
Sebalosha passes to Roberson. His three-pointers off the mark.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
Chandler dishes to Felton. World peace with a screen for Felton. Here's Smith. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. And now it's just a 4-point Oklahoma City lead. And Westbrook, here we go. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. So we'll see Russell Westbrook go to the line here. That one is on world peace. And a new group in for the Knicks. For Oklahoma City, they have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. Here's Shumpert. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Martin. And the Knicks good for 2.
That's the kind of finish we've gotten used to seeing from him in the low post.
Here's Lamb.
And how about the killer instinct on display there?
Wow.
Fantastic.
He didn't even flinch, just buried it like it was any other shot. Unbelievable.
And so that brings the first half to a close. It's the Thunder. They lead by 8. Folks, stay tuned for the halftime show at Damon Bruce for all the highlights from our first half.
And now, brought to you by Sprint. Welcome to 2K Sports. It's been a great Sunday of basketball so far. Oklahoma City up on top against New York. And from outside, you couldn't shoot it much better than this. They are scorching hot from beyond the arc. Everything's going right for Russell Westbrook. He's all over the court against the New York defense. He's got 13 points, and his two-way play has been good. Very active on the defensive side of the floor, bothering shots and bringing that energy all over the court. And a resilient Knicks team staying in it. just one win away from moving into the 8th place in the conference, and they're definitely motivated. J.R. Smith is having a huge impact. We're at halftime, and still, he hasn't missed a shot. It's been a pure shooting exhibition. Starting things off with a look at games on tap for later. The Bulls will square off against the Lakers out in Los Angeles. Both teams would really like to take that game. And another game that's coming up, the Celtics playing in Boston. They'll go up against the Mavericks. Some East meets West action in that one. The game gets going at 6 p.m. Eastern. And a look here at the other NBA action. The Pelicans will face off against the Nets in Brooklyn. Game gets going at 6 p.m. Eastern. That'll wrap things up for me here in the studio. Thanks so much. I'm Damon Bruce. Now let's get back out to Kevin Harlan for the second half of play.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint. And now the third quarter about to get going. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game. He has been everywhere.
He is a dynamic scorer, guys. That much we know. I'll tell you what, his talent was on full display there in the first half.
Steve, he is a hard man to keep down, and so far, they've been unable to do it.
Checking out the group for Mike Woodson to start this second half. Anthony, Stoudemire, and Chandler, their front line. The guards, Ray Felton and J.R. Smith. Cephalosha kicks to Durant. And they cash in right away with the quick shot. Durant's got 8 points.
Well, I think he shot the ball well, guys, but I don't think he shot it enough. The more shots he gets from here on out, the more they'll stretch out this lead.
Well, let's take a look to see the numbers for Carmelo Anthony. 8th in scoring, 9th in three-point field goal percentage, and defensively, he's been really good. He ranks in the top 20 in the league in steals.
And you don't become a top 10 scorer, Steve, without a variety of offensive moves and a whole bunch of tricks in your bag. So he makes for wonderful highlights the way he can score.
His shooting's been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons his team is up in this game.
He dishes it to Chandler, and Durant sends it back. Outside Westbrook. Durant, running by Stoudemire. Durant gets to Westbrook. Perkins trying to break loose. And it's Westbrook, that time on the assist by Durant. 16 points for Russell Westbrook.
You know, it's mostly been a part of his game as a way to keep defenders honest, but slowly but surely Russell Westbrook starting to see that three-point percentage creep up to a respectable range. You know, if he gets to be locked down from the three-point line, he'd be unguardable.
He kicks it to Smith. He feeds it to Felton. Shot to stop the run. And stolen by Perkins. At the floor. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
Coming out strong here in the third quarter. That's 4 for 5 shooting for this team.
Knicks trail by 15. And with Westbrook, you like to see him attack the rim. That's where he's most devastated.
I think he used to shoot this jumper on the way down. The great jumpers do that because they hang and defenders fall away first, but he's really become extremely reliable at that 15 to 17-foot jumper routine, both underneath screens to keep him from the basket.
I like the way they've played here in the first half. Just an intelligent floor game, getting good shots.
Numbers certainly back that up. They're shooting a much better percentage.
Derek Fisher's checked in for the Thunder. 2 open that time, made it look too easy. 8 points for Raymond Felton.
And their offense is flowing. It's working right now at the beginning of the second half. They've played 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Well, their energy is lacking. They've got to start playing harder and battle down in the paint.
He's doing his best to carry him, fellas, but he can only do so much. Things would be different for them if he was getting a little more help.
Here's Ibaka. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Ibaka's got 6. Knicks trail by 15. Felton with the ball. Now guarded by Fisher. And the shot is good. 6 points for Tyson Chandler.
That's what has to happen if they're going to turn this thing around. He's got to take charge. He's got to be aggressive and really look to push here offensively.
And Fisher kicks to Durant. Anthony on him. With the fadeaway. And the shot falls short this time.
Well, he had to fade away there. The defense was all over him, and he got it off, just couldn't get it to go.
You know, one thing with Scott Brooks, guys, he's very consistent with his message. You listen in on those timeouts, it's all about getting stops. Defense, 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 and letting their offense come from that.
And New York making a change here. Arniani is checked in for Chandler. Martin comes in for Amari Stoudemire. Iman Shumpert is checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And J.R. Smith's subbed in for Hardaway. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. And Clark, you mentioned Brooks' single-mindedness. He stayed pretty constant with his rotations, too.
And there's no doubt players appreciate knowing their role. Critics have been surprised at how Brooks has stuck to his lineups. Some lineups that didn't seem to be all that effective. His usual starting lineup with Cephalosha and Perkins on the floor hasn't been their best in terms of plus-minus, but Brooks very loyal to his starting group. Well, we should keep an eye on him because normally he's good for 1 or 2 highlight reel dunks. I mean, this guy can absolutely fly.
Very true, Steve. I mean, he's also one of those guys who doesn't take long at all to get on a roll offensively. He's a fun player to watch when he gets hot.
Takes it from 10, and there's another one for the Thunder. Knicks trail by 15. Watson with it. Now guarded by Fisher. Bargnani from long range. Good. Bargnani's got 5 points in the quarter.
Great assist that time by Watson.
There's 47 seconds left to play in the third. Kicks it to Lamb. Puts up a 3, and that comes off the assist by Derek Fisher. Fisher's got 3 assists now in this one.
Defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
Rejected by Lamb, and that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. The Knicks making a switch here. Felton's checked in. The Thunder leading by 15. Here's Fisher. Adams, the pass to Fisher. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
How about that play? Great body control. Still manages to finish the play despite the contact.
You know, when that whistle blows, you're not done. Get greedy and find a way to knock it down.
Carmelo Anthony is checked in for J.R. Smith. Felton against Fisher. Felton dishes to Carmelo. Here's Shumpert. And again, New York with the triple.
Great interplay there between those two teammates.
Now Adams. Pass to Durant. 1 second left. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Boy, he's got a real comfort level with the mid-range game. I mean, he's got the ability not to let the defense bother him when he's locked into that shooting zone.
And New York making a change. The Thunder shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game. It'll count. The shot no good. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Thunder lead by 18. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Coming up this Tuesday, February 11th, the Atlanta Hawks take on Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls. Live from Chicago. Make sure to catch it.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail fighter here, but you never know. In a moment here, take a look at some of the hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And another thing they're doing is really taking advantage of fast break opportunities, scoring some easy baskets.
Durant and Ibaka playing at the 4 and 5. Backcourt tandem, Westbrook and Jeremy Lamb. And it's Cephalosha in at the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Smith. Boom, he jams it. Straight down.
That's what I like, a nice, strong finish inside.
That's what he does. He's got that dunker mentality.
Just a tremendous athlete, guys, able to go up and finish over everybody defensively, even the big guys down low.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
Felton kicks to Smith. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. 19 points for J.R. Smith.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
Shot's good by Durant.
Good job there recognizing the mismatch and then just going straight up with the shot. He's got a major height advantage.
Here's Stoudemire, and the rejection by Cephalosha. And it's out of bounds to the Knicks as New York retains possession. A different look for New York. Meta World Peace, he's checked in for Anthony. And it's Pablo Prigioni in for Raymond Felton. That's tipped, and it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. Here's what the schedule says for the New York Knicks and what it looks like. They host the Kings after this game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
Yeah, you know the fans out in Memphis really hoping their team can win that one.
That's a 2 from Smith. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. Smith's got 7 points for the quarter.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Over the last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Scott Brooks said to his team. He told his guys, listen, we've got to make the most of every opportunity right now. We can win this game. It's all about making every single possession count. Guys, we'll see if they can come back.
Knicks trail by 17. There's the double team with Westbrook. Smith outside. Lets it go with a 3. And the basket good. Smith's got 14 points here in the second half.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Agreed, Clark. They've poured in 3 of the last 5 baskets on pretty open looks behind the arc.
With 3, Westbrook. That's good. Nice assist from Durant. 21 points for Russell Westbrook.
I'll tell you, he's really carrying a lot of the load offensively, and that's almost always good news for them.
Here's Stoudemire. Now here's Lamb. Outside Westbrook. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Prigioni, and Durant sends it back. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for the Knicks. Here's Felton. He lobs it up. Deflected. Chandler with the ball. Now guarded by Cephalosha. Really left alone. 27 points for J.R. Smith.
He's done a ton to help his team, guys, and he may have to do more if they're going to come back and win.
And that one's good. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Westbrook passes to Cephalosha. For 3, Durant, and that is good. Durant's got 22 points. And here are the Knicks now, down by 15. And Westbrook, here we go. Ibaka makes it off the glass.
Well, he's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the rim.
New York's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. Boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is, and so they will award the basket there.
He got there late, but you do. Like the aggressiveness to go after the block, but that one's going to count.
That whistle got a big response from this crowd, and it is not a favorable one, let's say.
I tell you what, the fans can't believe that they made that call.
And Westbrook gets it to go.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is safe.
Well, if not 100% safe, certainly 95%.
Anthony dishes to Chandler. And it's blocked by Ibaka. And it's Stoudemire with the jam. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Anthony right side. Here's the three. And again, New York with the triple.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Westbrook with it. Back to Durant. Puts it up. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
He is remarkably hot this quarter. He has yet to miss a shot.
New York calls timeout. They're losing by 14. 1:10 left to play in the final quarter. 1:10 left in the fourth. And again, it's Amari Stoudemire.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Oklahoma City leading by 12. And here's Westbrook. Now Cephalosha. Feeds to Durant. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
He has really put his foot on the pedal this quarter, doing a tremendous job leading their offense.
Here's Stoudemire. Powered down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
Now, he's one of the best in the league when it comes to executing that lead pass.
Now here's Perkins. Got a piece of it. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession. So New York ends up going with the new group. Here's Lamb. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one. More at the line. And it's going to go on Iman Shumpert.
They didn't take their time wrapping this game up. They pretty much did it in a hurry.
Yeah, they had a nice spurt to polish this one off. Won't happen right away, but Jeremy Lamb has all the tools, I think, to be a fantastic defender at the NBA level. Young players often sometimes take a couple of years to figure it out defensively, but he's got everything he needs to be elite at that end.
And Fisher kicks to Lamb. Roberson. The feed to Lamb. Passes to Fisher. A three ball. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Terrific job taking care of business in front of the home fans.
And Steve, I thought those fans, home fans gave this team a big lift all game. A lot of positive energy in the building.
Clark, I'm guessing that wasn't the plan for the D on that trip.
And I'm agreeing with you there. Once they opened the lane up for him, that was a little emphasis on that penalty.
Take what the new pitch gives you and then just power it home, right? Why not?
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
Well, that'll do it. For Dorisburg, Steve Curry, Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see you next time. And as we leave, we give you our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
Okay, that should be easy win for the OKC as they take a dominant win over the New York Knicks by 15. 112 to 97, huge night for OKC. They take down the New York Knicks. Kevin Durant got 27.7 assists, 23 points and 9 assists for Russell Westbrook. On the other hand, for the New York Knicks, J.R. Smith scores 27. Omar Stoudemire got 19, 13 points for Carmelo Anthony, and 15 assists and 8 points with Raymond Felton. What a huge night for the Thunder. They take it easy, dominate over the New York Knicks. And now for the second game of the day, we're off to Staples Center. We got another superstar class featuring Derrick Rose, Joakim Noah of the Chicago Bulls take on Kobe Bryant, Pau Gasol of the Los Angeles Lakers. As the first game wraps up here, this is for Andre Genshin here in downtown Oklahoma City as the OKC beats New York 112 to 97. This is Andre Genshin say song for Chesapeake Energy Arena in Oklahoma City. We'll see you later for the second game here in LA, California in Staples Center for the Chicago Bulls and the Los Angeles Lakers here in Staples Center. That'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin once again say song for Oklahoma City. It's time to say sign up and peace out. Goodbye. A reminder, we'll see you later for the second game here at the Staples Center in LA for the Chicago Bulls and the LA Lakers here in Los Angeles. Sign up and peace out. Goodbye and thanks for watching.